Hey YouTube, Tom Houston with Tom Houston Photography here. This video I will be talking about the North Rim. I decided not to include it in my South Rim Flagstaff video just because that got quite long and I didn't want to make it any longer. Sorry about the slight delay between videos. I've been doing a couple of shoots and had some family stuff to sort out. So you can check out my shoots on my website if you want, if you like country shoots. So in this video, as I said, I'll go over the North Rim of the Grand Canyon. So it is a bit of a hike up towards Page, and then you cut west, and then you cut down south again. If you're coming from Flagstaff area or Phoenix, you go around that way. If you're coming from Vegas, you can come another way, I believe. So when you get to the North Rim, you'll notice that it was affected by a forest fire not too long ago, so you still see all the charred trees and whatnot. It's very cool to see the effects and how big a forest fire can be. When you get to the center, you can hike, just a quick hike, it's not too long, to Bright Angel Point, I believe. Yep, Bright Angel Point. And it's a good hike. It's nice and short, wasn't too long or too difficult. It's a little bit of a hill at one point, but it just goes out on this spine of the rock. So if you have like a bad hip or a bad knee or something like that, or you're not completely physically fit, you can probably still do this trail. There's tons of places to sit down if you get tired or have to take a break. If you're looking for different shots than everyone else, I wouldn't recommend this trail just because, well, you should go see it, but as for picture-wise, probably everyone gets shots of the North Rim from this trail. So if you don't want your shots looking like everyone else's, hike this one and then peace out to another one. So that's what I did. I hiked 0.7 miles into the North Kaibab Trail after that. It was a good hike, super dusty. I was hiking with my dad, and he actually had to catch up a couple times just because I was kicking up enough dust that I was dusting him out on the hike. I wasn't walking fast or stomping my feet or anything, but it was just a big trail of dust. So you don't like dust, might not recommend that trail. Also, you had to watch out for donkeys because people can take donkey rides into the canyon. And then you have to dodge all the feces and urine of the donkeys, which isn't pleasant, but it's just kind of like being at a barn. So if you've been on a barn before and you don't mind it too much, you'll be fine. If you really don't like being on a barn, might not be the best trail for you. Then from there we drove to Cape Royal and we stopped along all of the lookouts along that road. You basically drive to another plateau area, not the same one as where the North Rim Center is. And one of the lookouts, the Valhalla, might be saying that wrong. I guess if it's German, it's different. There's ruins there from First Nations, so there's like a foundation of a house in stone. It's pretty cool to see if you like your history and your archaeology. And then if you keep going, you get to Cape Royal. And Cape Royal was a great lookout. There's a trail there that has the Cape Royal lookout, and it has Angel's Window, which is a really cool thing to see, and you can hike out over top of it, which is also pretty cool. Those are some very good lookouts into the North Rim. I highly recommend going there. Just my tip for going there is bring a small vehicle because there's a lot of switchbacks, so it might not be the easiest thing to do in a huge SUV or huge truck or whatever huge vehicle you may drive. So small vehicle for that would be highly recommended, just because it's a lot of switchbacks and stuff like that. Anyways, so that's what we did at the North Rim. I highly recommend going to Cape Royal. That was the main thing. And another tip about the North Rim is if you're going to go to the Grand Canyon for like a week long stay, I would recommend going to the North Rim because it's a lot more wilderness nature-y than the South Rim. The South Rim is just basically a big tourist magnet, and it's really built up and not as pleasant, I guess would be the word. Not as quaint as the North Rim. The North Rim was like in a forest, and what's left of the forest, and it's a really nice place. Looked like a nice place to stay for a week. So if you do want to go to a place that avoids the crowds, that is actually in wilderness, that is a nice place that has a ton of trails, the North Rim would be a good place to go. Other tips, same ones, get your that $80 pass if you're going to visit a lot of places, because you can save a lot of money doing that. Stay hydrated. Always stay hydrated. And I always use my graduated neutral density filter. Highly recommend it. And yeah, small vehicle. The cool thing when we were leaving the North Rim was I did see a coyote, which was kind of cool. Yeah, it was a great drive-in, very nice place. I would highly recommend seeing the North Rim of the Grand Canyon, and that is pretty much it. So I will post a couple photos after this so you can see what the North Rim of the Grand Canyon actually looks like. I will toss my blog and my website and my Twitter account. If you have any questions, well, below. If you have any questions, toss them in a comment or send me an email or whatever works for you. I'll be happy to help you out. And please subscribe for my future videos. And I think that's pretty much it. So I hope that helps. And my next video will be on the Page area of Arizona. Cheers.